Good morning, children. A very warm welcome to another session of our remote learning. I am Shailaja from Shet Vidya Mandir English High School and Junior College. Today's subject English Grammar, Class 7th, Lesson 11, topic Modal Auxiliaries. Video number 35. Let's get started, children. Modal auxiliaries. Auxiliary verbs are helper verbs and are used together with a main verb to express tense, mood, and voice. Also, it shows the attitude of a speaker in the modal. Modal auxiliaries are used to express possibility, probability, ability, willingness, compulsion, necessity, ask permission, give advice, etc. A modal auxiliary cannot be used alone. It must be followed always by another verb, which you can see in italics. It adds extra meaning to the sentence. And the main verb used after a modal is always in the root form. Okay, remember this, children. In question tags, however, they can be used alone. Normally, modals are followed by a main verb. Can is used to be very informal. May could be used for polite. Could is very polite. Let's see the examples. First one. Can, permission. We are asking permission in this question. Can I play here? She can sing really well. Ability. Second one. Could. Could I use your pen? Permission. Could you tell me how to go to the station? It is a request. The weather report could be true. Possibility. It may be true. It can be true. May. May I leave the room? Permission. We are using may in the form of permission here. The train may leave on time. It's a possibility. It may leave on time. So that is the possibility. Possibility. Impossibility may suggests a good possibility, could a very weak possibility, and might a weak possibility. Okay, see the examples now. It might rain this evening. So it is a weak possibility, a weak possibility. Must. You must wear your uniform daily. It is a compulsion. That means there is no other excuse, you have to obey. Now, you must obey. You must obey your parents. It is an obligation. Obligation means what? It is something that someone is required to do, where you are required to do it. I have to water the garden as I promised. So I am required to do. It is an obligation. You have to wear a seat belt when you are in a car. It is a compulsion. There's no excuse. You have to do it. You should look after your health. Here it can be a general advice, a general suggestion, advice. And ought to, when you use ought to, it is a moral duty to do it whatever is said here in the sentence. I shall make the final presentation tomorrow. It is a future action. I shall. It is showing you the future action. I will learn to drive a car the moment I am 18. So it is showing you the determination. We are using will to show determination in the sentence. I will learn to drive a car the moment I am 18. I would take my dog to the park daily when it was small. Past habit. It is showing you the past habit. I would take my dog to the park when it was small. So, it is showing you the past habit. Would you post this letter for me, son? It is a request. It is a request which we are asking using would for request. Ought to. We ought to look after our senior citizens. It is an obligation. See, I told you, ought to is used for moral duty to do something, or it is a right to do something. Okay, and it is an obligation. What did I say? What is obligation? Obligation is something that someone is required to do. So you are required to do it. So we ought to look after our senior citizens. We used ought to as an obligation in the sentence. We ought to eat healthy food. Here we are using ought to as an advice. Okay, as an advice, we ought to eat healthy food. Used to. I used to live in a tiny house when I was small. Past habit. It is showing I used to. It happened long back. I used to live in a tiny house when I was small. Past habit. Now replacing modal auxiliaries with other words. Very often, a modal auxiliary can be replaced by other words such as able, permission, necessary, had the habit of, etc. to express the mood that the modal auxiliary conveys, shows, tells you. Examples. The horse can jump high fences. Can, it's showing the ability. So we can replace can with the other word like the horse is able to jump high fences. Able, we used able to jump high fences. Next one. You may leave now. So may is giving you the permission. So instead of that, we can also say you have my permission to leave now. Okay, hope you understood this, how to use the modal, replace the modal auxiliary with other words. Now, India might win the match. It is a possibility, might win, a weak possibility. So, there is a possibility of India winning the match. So, this is how you replace the modal auxiliaries with the other words. I must reach home by 8. So we are using here as a compulsion. So it is necessary that I reach home by 8. So this is how you can replace modal auxiliary with the other word in the sentence. Now see the next one. He would get up at 6 every day. It's a habit. It's a habit. So we are telling he had the habit of getting up at 6 every day. So, you can replace these modal auxiliaries with other words as well in the sentences. Now, revise the topic and complete the exercises of page number 35 and 36 in the textbook. So, until our next session, children, happy learning. Take care. Thank you.